Hello, everyone. DSP here, and I just wanted to give you my really fast first impressions on Assassin's Creed Shadows after having played it for about 2.5, 3 hours today on release day. Everyone's been asking me about my thoughts about this game. Do I think it's going to be good? Well, I finally played it. All right. So, in a nutshell, because I'm not going to go into massive detail, but I just want to summarize. First off, I'm playing it on PS5 Pro. And there is a jarring difference between the cutscenes and the regular game. I'm playing on performance mode because I want maximum frame rate. Every cutscene in this game on PS5 Pro renders at only 30 frames and appears to have actually lower detail than the actual game. I don't know why. It's jarring. I basically mentioned multiple times to my chat. Every time there's a cutscene, it looks like it went back to PS4. And then all of a sudden, you get to the game and it looks better. There was one area for some bizarre reason where the game was rendering at like 20 frames, but then when I stepped like right down the road from it, it would go to 60 and look beautiful. And everyone said apparently that's the home hub. And on console, they have frame limited it to 30 or less for some bizarre reason. But once you get to the open world, if your console can handle it, then it goes to 60. Outside of that home hub issue and the cutscenes, the game's gorgeous and seems to just hold at a great resolution, frame rate, everything. I don't know why they made those choices. You would want the cutscenes to look better, and they legit look worse than the real game. Go figure. In the first few hours, you only play as Yasuke for a whopping 20 minutes or less. It's his intro, and then basically like a flash forward, and then you're done. Then you go right over to the female character, Naoi. I forget how to pronounce her name because we, only played with her for a couple of hours. And you see her backstory. How did she become affiliated with the ninjas or whatever? Is any of the gameplay like Assassin's Creed? The only gameplay that's like Assassin's Creed is essentially the sneaking and like assassinations. Okay. It's just you're gonna be going around, sneaking around, trying to stab people in the back with the female character, that is. Yes, you could still go in haystacks and whistle. Yes, you can hide in the grass and whistle to lure them over. All that stuff is still present. Now you have the throwing daggers, kunai. Those will kill people with one quick toss to the head, but they're limited ammo. Looks like there's going to be bow and arrow, but I haven't found it yet. And overall, it's just a mix of doing the assassinations or engaging real combat. Now, combat is either doing light and heavy attack combos, charging your attack to break their guard, or parrying and then counterattacking. There also is a dodge because there's certain attacks that cannot be blocked or parried that you just have to dodge and then counterattack. But essentially, it's very basic. It's a couple hits, 2, 3 hit combos, nothing complex, nothing crazy that you haven't seen in another game before. It has a little bit more of an action-centric focus rather than stealth, but there is stealth. The big change I've noticed, in the open world, there's tons of elevation. Now, instead of just running through a city and you're climbing buildings, now there's like mountains and things like that. And you can't really tell when there's going to be elevation because there's a lot of plants. So there's a lot of trees and a lot of growth. It's like, I could just run through there. No, it's actually a freaking wall you couldn't see and you can't get up it. Or vice versa, you're trying to go down. All of a sudden it's steep. You're like, oh crap. You're trying to like not fall and take damage. One of the most unrealistic things possible, okay? The female character can endlessly dodge and flip. Every dodge she does is a crazy side roll flipping parkour mess. It's insane. Remember in old school Assassin's Creed where like you're a little clunky, so you didn't really want to get into encounters with a bunch of enemies because you were going to get mauled? Not anymore. Now you just woohoo, woo, woo, whoop, 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 flippity flop all over the place. There's even a part where I was on top of a cliff that wasn't so high. And I said, I wonder what happens if I jump off. She literally did a super acrobatic side parkour flip, landed at the bottom of the cliff perfectly on her toes. What is she, like a freaking, an athlete, a professional acrobat? Like, what is going on here? Is she a gymnast? It doesn't make sense, and it makes her feel way more powerful than she should be, being either like a teenager or just a young adult. She's not like a trained seasoned killer. Why is she like the most acrobatic, superb person ever? It's bizarre. It reeks of like girl boss, overpower everyone around you kind of stuff. It's very silly in my opinion. On the flip side of that, Yasuke can't do this kind of stuff. He's more like a tank character where he's going to be slashing, he's going to be breaking guards, but he also has superpowers. Yes, he has a move you could charge up and do like a super slash where he teleports and slashes and the screen goes white and there's a blood splatter. What is that? He doesn't have any, he's not supposed to have like the piece of Eden on him. So how does he have the ability to teleport and slash people? I don't know, but he does. Right at the intro segment, he has that. But the thing is, you play with him so little in the intro. Like, I've only played like 15 minutes as him. So I don't know how that's going to persist as you play as him later in the game. Most of the early game is this girl. All right. Now, one thing I'm just going to be honest about, there was a background mission where basically they're teaching you how this girl became a ninja. And when all the ninjas show up to basically fight and save her, it starts playing rock music. I'm not kidding. A band starts playing, your drums, guitar. I'm like, very reminiscent of the time period, right? It's stylized, but it's so out of place. And everyone watching was scratching their head like, what did they just do? Why is that in this game? It's bizarre, right? Imagine if you were playing Assassin's Creed 2 and all of a sudden they started playing Stone Temple Pilots in the middle of Italy. Like, yeah, it's weird. I don't know what they're doing there. So overall, my initial impressions, it doesn't seem like it's a bad game, but if you're looking for Assassin's Creed, this doesn't play anything really like it besides a few assassinations and sneaking here and there. The combat's weird and different. The flipping parkour is bizarre. The graphical, dips and then jumps are weird on PS5 Pro. I don't know why the cutscenes look so bad. And there's just not a lot of Yasuke in the early game. Maybe there'll be more of a balance in late game, but right now in early game, it's just all the girl and it's just okay. So tomorrow I'm playing it more. Maybe I'll do another video like this. Let me know what you think of it, and I'll see you all tomorrow for more gameplay on my first stream, okay? Thanks for watching, everyone. See you then.